Compromise on Capitol Hill. Consider it an early holiday gift. A tax bill makes it through the House and the Senate, but of course, not everyone's happy about it. Fox 35's Cal Ramaker is here live with all the details. Cal?
Well, the midnight vote in the House sent the tax bill to President Obama. The House passed the bill 277 to 148. It's an $801 billion package of tax cuts that continue and $57 billion for extended unemployment insurance. But the so-called compromise comes with strong opposition. Liberal Democrats failed in one last bid to change an estate tax provision in the bill they said was too generous to the wealthiest Americans.
We have a debt now that is approaching $14 trillion, and with the passage of this bill, will be approaching $15 trillion.
I think the president probably could feel pretty good about this package being concluded at the end of this very contentious legislative session.
By the way, outgoing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did not vote on the bill at midnight. The Senate on Wednesday passed the bill by an overwhelming 83 to 15 margin. The bill is now on its way to the president's desk. He will sign it, and it will avert a January 1st increase in income taxes for millions of Americans. Cal Ramaker, Fox 35 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Cal. The measure, by the way, would also renew jobless benefits for long-term unemployed people.
And many of the proponents of the Bush-era tax cuts say that getting them in place would also create jobs. Fox, some expert insight tonight into this financial expert, Richard Reyes. He's our financial quarterback, we like to call him. Richard, always good to have you here.
Thank you, Bob. How you doing?
Good, good. You know, lots of small businesses, they've held off hiring, haven't they, to see exactly what's going to happen with the tax cuts, how much money they're going to have to shell out in the upcoming year. Do you think now that they know what's going to happen, that maybe we'll start to see some, hiring going on?
Well, one has to understand that hiring comes from demand. I think what the passing of the tax bill does is that it now creates certainty about what's going to happen with taxes, and it has a lot of benefits in there for businesses, but it creates that certainty where now business owners can say, well, you know, that's one thing less I need to worry about. This is exactly what's going to happen. I can move forward.
Well,
but in the short term,
yeah,
I do feel, yes, we have that certainty. And hiring will commence little by little.
I was just going to say, I don't know about demand, but certainly supply is out there. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Central Florida's like at 12% unemployment right now. You know, the argument for extending the cuts to those making over $250,000, that was the contentious part here, is that those folks making over $250K, they're going to pump that money back into the economy, sometimes in the form of jobs. Do you see that happening, or is everybody these days hanging on to their cash?
You know, same as above, but I think one of the benefits that really came here with this tax bill is the decrease in FICA, which going from 6.2 to 4.2. Mm-hmm. I mean, that puts people puts money back in the pockets of people. You know, let's face it. If you break it down in the simplest forms, higher taxes and higher taxes and higher taxes is not the answer to, especially when we're still reeling from the effects of the deep recession that we've had. So that's where I see the benefits of the lowering in the FICA. I believe the numbers say that that's putting anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 in individuals' pockets, of course, depending on income.
Richard, I'm out of time, but I want to ask you, 2 years from now, do you think we're going to have this same argument?
We'll make sure to call me back 2 years from now, and we'll be I'll be here.
That's job security right there. All right, exactly. Richard Reyes, the financial quarterback. We appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Well, let's hope we don't have a reason to call him back in 2 years.
Well, no, he's very good. We'll keep him on as an expert. Yes,
we don't want any more
absolutely.
financial
Not
problems.
For that.
Okay.